Attach the right fixture. Just trying to set up the right fixture in my M-mount PC. Shouldn't take too long. This is the mode 1. Good. Now we got this working. I have control. So I'm going to open this up. Take a quick look inside. Okay. So we're going to do a lamp on, see what happens. Nothing happens. Just want to make sure everything's wired properly. Ah. C'est quelque chose pour moi?
Ouais, le figure, il peut pas. Changement de poste. Prends la place à Yves.
Oh shit. Okay. So here we have a lamp, no strike. Having some trouble with my camera. It keeps shutting down by itself. So I'm gonna find a way to fix that. I apologize. Okay, well, first off, if you saw my other video that I had either a Sharpie or a Legend, I don't know which one it was, that the lamp didn't strike. You got somebody dancing in the background. Yeah, I'm working with retarded people. So if you saw my other video, the AC comes in, goes into a PFC, which is going to supply like around 400 volts going into the ballast, which in turn, when you send them the signal to turn the lamp on, it will do its job and output the voltage on this side to go to the lamp. So what we need to do first when the lamp doesn't strike is you want to make sure that the ballast is receiving its voltage. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set my probes in here, squeeze them, make sure they don't fall out, don't cause any shorts. Like so. And I'm going to leave this to the side. This. Then I'm going to turn this back on. And as you can see, I have my probes set on backwards. So it says minus almost 400, 396, 95. If I would have put on my probes on the right side, it would show positive voltage, but now my probes are only in reverse. So it does show, again with the camera, I'm sorry. Same fucking thing all the time. Okay, so we have the 400 volts coming out. Oops, like this. So we know that the PFC is working. Probably the ballast. What I would usually do is quickly try another lamp to make sure that it's not the lamp that's just blown. Next thing we need to check, just to be sure, is this little wire here, the control cable. You really got to make sure that all the wires are set in properly. So I know this lamp is good because I already tried to replace it. I'm gonna answer a few questions. This. So this fixture is a Chauvet Legend 230 SR beam. It's a cool little fixture. I don't know if you can see right, but there's a fixed gobo wheel. There's a fixed color wheel on this side. You're gonna have a frost, a prism which is a 1, 2, 3, 6 phase prism. Zoom that moves and focus that moves on the tray here. You got strobe blades. Yeah, this cell phone thing is really getting annoying, so I'm gonna have to fix that later on. So it's a nice little fixture. This one has got a burnt ballast. Like we saw, the PFC was outputting is 400 volts, so it's definitely the ballast that's not doing its job. So we're gonna have to replace that. What else is there? Is there anything you guys like to see about this fixture? I can't show you what it does with the light on, obviously, because it's not turning on. So this is going to be a ballast to change. I'm just going to go check if I have another one somewhere. Yeah, as for the question, it's an almost replica of the Sharpie. And there's a little difference in the wiring. This wiring is a little bigger than in the Sharpies. The connectors are not exactly the same, but the mechanism for the focus, the way this thing works, is an exact replica. It's almost a straight copy of the Sharpie. And cool enough, if you have Sharpies, in the inside it's the same thing as this one. So your AC is going to go into a PFC that's going to supply 400 volts to a ballast. And in the Sharpie, there's another output on the PFC for 24 volts DC. That's going to go power the electronics and everything for the motors and sensors and stuff like that. So the PFC in a Sharpie is going to do two things. It's going to send your voltage, your 400 volts you need for the ballast to work, and it's going to send the 24 volts for all the electronics. So it's basically the only difference between Sharpie and a Legend. It's inside the base, because all of what's inside the head is it's almost the same as in a Sharpie. Yeah, there are really a lot of copies. There's really a lot of copies of those Sharpies. I think people were quite happy to see the Sharpie come out. We used to have all these big Barrett lights, you know, the big VL3000, the big Martin Max 2000s, and the big fixtures like that had a lot of weight to them. And when Sharpie came out with their when Claypaky came out with the Sharpie, they almost revolutionized everything, because now basically what you see everywhere are Sharpies or copies of it. So it became a really popular fixture. And right now, quite happy to see this, but I have a spare. Not sure if this one works though. So I'm gonna try to replace the ballast and see what happens. Always remember to take out the power, right? Because I just got shocked. You get used to it after a while. Okay. Need to find my tools. The right tools.
Hey, Ben Bison?
Ben Bison.
Toi, mon chum,
So this is our boss. Gonna make it look like I'm working. Like this. I'm really sorry about the camera. This is gonna. I'm gonna fix that soon enough. I'm gonna find a way to keep it on all the time. Right. Let's put the new one in. Okay. Try this one first. Ah. All right, take two. I hate non-magnetic screws are the worst. Okay, first screw in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put two screws and then we're going to test it to make sure it works. This. Like so. Okay, spark, spark. This. This. The lamp wires back in. Plug the DMX. Hi again. Okay. So now I just hope that I put a good ballast in it, that I didn't put one that was already broken that I had in my drawer. All right. There you go. Then we're going to try to give a lamp on command. Oh no, ballast is dead. Try manually. Let's see. Yeah, and it's on. So the ballast is not working. Okay. Alright guys, I really need to show you this. So you You see the super wire here? It's not even plugged in. So obviously the lamp didn't strike because the control cable was not plugged in. So I replaced the ballast, so probably this one that I just replaced was good. So first lesson, follow every wire to make sure everything is wired properly. This sucks. Like this. Take out the screws. Take off the faceplate to make some room so you can work. Next time before changing your ballast, I'll check that first. See, I've been doing this for 16 years and I'm still learning. There's still bad habits we have that we want to replace parts too fast. Because most of the time it's the ballast, so usually you jump straight into changing the ballast, but as you can see, it's not always the case. Okay. Another try. See how this goes. Still not working, huh? There it is. The lamp on command just took a couple seconds extra than expected. So you see, now we fixed this. Like I said, I should have followed the control cable first before trying replacing this. So this is the original one that was already in it. So I'm going to try putting it back in to make sure that I didn't replace it for nothing, which I probably did. Take the power out. So you always need to confirm, because I don't want to keep broken parts on my bench for nothing. So, screwdriver. Okay, so I know for sure this one is working, so I'm going to put it back in the bag. Let's make sure I don't misplace that one. I'm going to take the old one and put it back there to try and see. Just a sec. Sorry for the camera, man. That sucks. Almost done. Just gonna put 2 screws, make a test. like this. I'm gonna need to put my glasses. Plug back the lamp. Spark, spark, spark. No. Sometimes the capacitors are still charged, and when you plug it in, you get a little arc because it is 400 volts. So packs a punch. You better be careful with your fingers. Okay. Okay, so now we're trying the old ballast. Okay, sending the lamp on command again. Takes a while. There you go. So the ballast that was originally inside worked. The only problem was the control cable that wasn't plugged in. Contrary to, let's say, a VL3000, the VL3000, when the control cable is not plugged in, the ballast is always on. So the control cable tells them to keep the lamp shut, and it needs the lamp on command to strike it on. But these ones are not outputting anything when you put the power, so you need the control cable to tell them to output power. So it's a little in reverse than in the VLs. So this is it, problem fixed. I hope you enjoyed. This took about half an hour to troubleshoot, plus it took a little more time with the video and everything. So usually you should be able to troubleshoot this and replace it under an half an hour for sure. There you go. Next thing to do, I'm gonna blow some air inside to make sure that the fans are running properly, that there's no dust, anything inside. So the fixture will last longer, and we'll see it less often here. So, well, if you have questions or anything, yeah, I did it. So guys, if you have questions or anything, you know, you shouldn't be afraid to ask. Maybe I won't have the answer, maybe I will. All right, problem solved. Man, I really gotta find a way to keep the phone from getting on screensaver. In my next videos, sometime, I'll find a way to fix it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that out again. I'm gonna put the screws that were missing on the ballast. I'm gonna blow some air inside to make sure that it's clean. And then the fixture is gonna be wrapped up and ready to go. So if you wanna see this video again, it'll be available on my channel shortly after the broadcast is over. YouTube processes it and puts it on my channel after. So if you missed something, if you want to see it again or whatever, you can always go on my channel. It will be available there. Yeah. Okay, so this is screwed in. Yeah. And one thing I always do when I'm blowing into fans, usually nowadays every circuit is protected, but just to be sure, you always hold the fan before blowing into it. You never make it spin super fast with the air gun, because usually the fan acts like a dynamo and it's going to supply voltage in reverse into the circuitry, and if it's not protected electronically, it may blow the circuit. So you might get that a lot from Chinese fixtures and all the copies these guys get on the market cheap. So if you get a China copy, first of all, every fan, stop them, blow into it, make sure it doesn't spin too fast, because that's going to happen. You'll see that it's going to blow something in the circuit. So you really need to be careful when blowing air into it. So this one wasn't too dirty. So now we can say case closed. So this one is fixed, lamp goes on. I tested every parameter beforehand before starting the video, so I won't go over all of that. So this is it for now. I'm just gonna pause this. I'm gonna close all my files that are attached to this repair in the system. So I'm gonna do the administrative shit. And then I'm gonna go get another fixture, and I'm gonna restart the video. So if you want to hang around, I might get a VLX, or is there a fixture or anything you guys would like to see? A model in specific in Verilights, or because I could go grab one of that model. So don't be shy if you're interested in seeing something in particular. Hein? Ouais, tu peux parler, je suis là. Ah, ça. Is part of my broken cover. Somebody dropped something. Okay, you guys, so just hang on a few seconds or a couple minutes. I'm gonna pause this and I'll be right back after. Okay, for my next fixture, we're going to be looking at a VL 2500. This one is a spot, I think. I didn't check. Yep, spot. And they're saying that this one doesn't respond when you try to move it via DMX. So I'm going to load the 2500 in my console. Shouldn't take too long. Like this. Okay. DMX in. Like so. Gonna try moving the pan. Oh, it really doesn't work. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised. It's really not that often that we get that problem on a Paralight. So I'm suspecting unplugged cable again. So we're gonna go inside the base and we're gonna check to see our DMX input board to make sure that the connector on that is properly plugged in. Okay, DMX is plugged in right. Again. Yeah, it kind of falls on the screensaver, or if my camera is active too long and I'm not using it, the phone is shutting it down, and I'm not sure how to keep it open all the time. I have a Samsung Galaxy Edge 6, so if you guys know how to keep the camera on all the time so it doesn't kind of screensaver out. Just gonna bend this a little. Okay. So, it is plugged in right here, the DMX cable. I'm going to try and move this so you can see. So you see the little red connector there. That's right, data in, into that board. The little right connector on your right hand side. You see it's plugged in. So I'm guessing the wires are okay. So I won't undo that just now to go look further. I'm just gonna take the power out and we're gonna go inside the arm to see where that cable connects on the MCB to make sure that it's plugged right in the yoke. And I suspect that it won't be plugged at all. Trying to touch the screen every once in a while to make sure that it doesn't fall again on the screensaver, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, MCB. Usually DMX, it's called COM, I think. Yes, and it's plugged. So this is really weird. We're gonna go have a look at the connections to make sure everything is okay. So it's plugged in. Usually everything should be working. So I really find this bizarre. It really is weird that it's not working now.
forget why you have to. What's the reason of putting the dimmer on?
Thanks, man. I really do think so. Also, I think I have one of the coolest jobs. I'd like to go out a little more often to go on gigs. But I've been working inside for so long that they kind of want to keep me here. And it's understandable. But yeah, it's a really nice job. It's different every day. You never know what you're gonna get.
Because your light's not on anyway.
Do you mean select live broadcast directly on the phone or on the YouTube gaming app? Is it on the phone settings? Because I started the live stream with YouTube gaming. I started start broadcasting, and it asked me to choose the application that I wanted to work with on my phone to broadcast. So I said camera. But if I don't touch it after a while, it drops out. So is it a setting on the phone, or is it on the built-in in the camera? Okay, I'll check that after this video just to make sure. Thanks a lot, man.
Maybe it's efficiency.
Yeah. Okay. Mode. Oh yeah.
Did Harry Potter that guy? Get in your corner, man.
Kind of wanted to start another broadcast, but yeah, I think you got the right thing. I'm gonna send it up correctly for the next video. So thanks a lot. I didn't even know there was a special mode to broadcast. Okay, I'll look into that. So I'm gonna plug everything back in again, and I'm gonna retest it because I really find that bizarre that it's not responding to DMX. So it may be a broken wire, because I know a lot of fixture had their pan stoppers replaced recently, and I think that can happen when you put back a pan stopper after putting the wires back in the yoke. Sometimes they get squeezed right here in the head. So I'm gonna let it finish. I'm gonna try to control the fixture again. So this is not normal. I'm thinking. This is so stupid. I'm gonna show you after. It's gonna reboot again. I'll take the DMX out. So you really need to check the settings correctly. These guys in the shop testing like hundreds of fixtures a day, and sometimes they overlook stuff, or when they got problems, they don't really have the time to go any further, so they just tag it for repair and they send it here. And sometimes it's really something in the menu. So this one is gonna reset in a couple seconds, and I'm gonna show you in the menu what just happened here. So we like to call it code 18, 18 inches in front of the fixture. That's where the problem is, the operator. But I'm only joking because I understand that these guys on the other side, the ones that are testing and maintaining these fixtures, they have a lot of work and they're short-staffed a lot of time. So this is gonna happen once in a while. You're gonna get a fixture that's not really broken. Okay, back again. Menu. I'm gonna go to setup. Because the MCB, the main control card inside it, is the same for a wash and for a spot. The only thing you have to do is go in the menu. And you see this one setup model, you go enter on this, and this one is set up as a wash. Which means that there are more parameters in a spot fixture than in a wash, which means that the channels won't line up. So if I had a spot loaded in my console and this one was set up as a wash, then the pan coarse and pan fine are not on the same channels, or the channels can get mixed up and not at the same place. So this one is just set into a wash instead of a spot. So I'm gonna restart it again, and then hopefully it's gonna take the MX commands now, because the fixture was thinking it was a wash when in fact it's a spot. It's in there. So that happens a lot. VL3000s, it can happen too, because it's the same motherboard inside a 3000 spot than in a wash. Same thing as in here. So you need to go inside the menu and set it up. So these are easy repairs. Picnic. That's a good one. The first time I heard that one. Okay, so we're gonna plug in the DMX again. It's moving! Because I tried to move the pan a little earlier and the settings were still the same. So it moved when I plug in the cable. So now on the console, move pan. I'm gonna center that. Move the tilt. And I think the lamp is already on. Yep. Lamp is already on. So this one is a real easy repair. Took us about 5 minutes. Yep. Is there something you guys would like to see on this fixture? Is there something, questions you may have on 2500s, maybe problems you had before? Don't be afraid to ask. Ah ouais, ça sonne brûlé là-dedans?
Non, ça sent brûlé. C'est juste sa partie. Puis là, aussi, elle a été en shutdown. Là, elle a pas sûrement une fuse ou quoi, mais j'espère que c'est juste une fuse.
Oh shit, we almost had a fire in the hole. This guy right here repairing another fixture, VL3000 in the back, smoke just came out and now it won't power up again. So, we just missed a little smoke show. Yeah, Mike, you'd like to have some of those, huh? So I'm touching the camera every once in a while. It doesn't seem to shut down now. So, next up, we try all the parameters to make sure before sending it in the shop that everything is worked well. So I'm checking the strobes. all the speeds, randoms.
C'est sur 220 aussi.
Yeah, magic smoke. Oh no, don't let the smoke out. We'll have to order some. So now the color mixing. Cyan, magenta, yellow. And now I'm only at 50% intensity because I don't want to blind you guys. The fixed color wheel. See if it spins both ways. And then go to the gobos. You probably won't see anything cool like this, but if I turn the camera, there you see you'll see the gobos. Make sure the wheel spins both directions. And now the rotating gobo wheel. I'm just gonna focus in on this so you can see it, like so. Okay, so now we'll check every gobo to make sure it works and make sure that we can rotate them, like so, both ways. I live in Canada. We're in the province of Quebec. You have to pardon my English. Usually here in Montreal we speak French. The whole Quebec province is a French-speaking province. So my English might not be that great, so bear with me. I'm getting better. I'm learning every day. And with these videos I get to practice a little more, so it's only gonna get better. So yeah, I'm in Canada. Okay, so now we can see that the rotating gobos are working. I'm gonna go zoom to make sure that the lens is smooth, like this. So this is very narrow. We're gonna go and fiddle with the edge, which is a focus, like this. So everything seems to be smooth. Everything seems to be working fine. We got an iris. I'm gonna shut the iris and I'm gonna try to focus in on it. Okay, you can't really see, but yeah, the iris is working just fine. I'm gonna open it again. So we're gonna go back this way, like so. Yeah. Well, in fact, it's broken. We need to fix it. It's a test to make sure that every wire, so you have a connector on both sides, so you just plug in the box in between and you can test your socket axis to make sure everything is okay. But this one is broken. I have some wiring to do in it, but I'm not in that much of a hurry to fix it because it's a little complicated in there, meaning that the wires are all mixed up and it's pretty hard to see what goes where in that box, so I'm not gonna fix it anytime soon. Yeah, still problem with the camera, but anyways. So now we're gonna shut it. I'm gonna close the covers again. Don't be afraid to ask questions also. Like I said earlier, if you have, or if you work on VL 2500s and you had a problem that you didn't know what to do, don't be afraid to ask. If I can help or explain anything, I will. Because I'm not the type of technician who likes to keep all the info to himself. I like to share. I like to help the guys on the road, you know, when they're stuck with the fixtures and they need to bring out spares and do all kinds of stuff in a hurry. And we know that they already work a lot, so trying to save them some trouble is my goal with these videos and the blog and everything.
Ben, si ça s'en va que là, c'est sûr que c'est avant. C'est sûr que c'est
Switch or the freezer.
that's it.
It's just a kind of a universal cable tester. Yeah, so you can test two kinds of wires with that box that was on my bench. You can test the SOCAPEXs and the DMX cables, the XLR5s. I don't think that there's anything else on that box. Yeah, so you get the DMX. I need to fix it because this plug is broken. Yeah, DMX plug broken. And there are XLR4s and there are 5s. So it's really just a tester. Okay. So now I'm just gonna finish putting this back together. And I'm gonna grab a quick break. I'll go smoke a cigarette, and when I come back, I'm gonna have a new fixture on my bench. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna take next. I may take a VLX from Verilite, or I may take a Row B BMFL spot. Because there's one in the back, but there's no trouble written on it, so I just might take it on my bench to test it to make sure everything's okay before sending it back in the shop. What the fuck?
Okay. Well, I choked on. Okay, well, then it's thank you.
Okay, what's up next? That's a good question. So either VLX, Robin BMFL, plus weird thing, I had a Grand Ami 2 here that said that the solo button didn't work, and now as you can see that's just a toggle, and if you look on the top left, I'm toggling the little green light on and off with the button, so it's working. Don't know why it came in. So what I did is I just lift up the hood and clean pretty much every connector that was there, because those are the connectors that link every boards together, all the faders, all the buttons. So this is inside a Grand Ami 2 full size. So I checked that one this morning. Got the power supply, the battery for the UPS, DVI board for the displays, power distribution that's gonna power the motherboard. That's just a basic, well, it's a gaming grade, it's a really high performance PC board, motherboard, but you can usually find something similar on the net. You got a big stepper motor there for the monitor wings. Oops, sorry again. So you got a motor driver for the monitor wing, because if you hit two buttons, the MA plus down button, you can make the wing go down. So you see it moves by itself. It's a pretty cool board. That's really top of the line. I don't think that there's anything better on the market for lighting control. Grand Ami 2 full size. So many things you can do with that. Yeah, it's almost like watching porn, but clean. That's safe for work. You got guys on the internet saying that it's like watching clean porn, watching repairs all day. You got comments.
And you're the porn star.
Yeah, and I'm the porn star. Shit. I know you guys wouldn't like to see that, so. Yeah, the feature for the you mean for bringing the monitors up, it's the MA key plus up or down, and you have all other shortcuts in there. I made a video earlier about that. You have shortcuts on the keyboard for the screens, to dim the screens, to turn them completely off, or to dim the little lights. So there are a lot of keyboard shortcuts that you can use on that board. So I made a video in there, so it's on my YouTube channel probably, somewhere in the tons of video I uploaded. Okay, so bear with me a couple minutes. I'm gonna go take a cigarette, so I'm maybe gonna be gone for like 10 or 15 minutes. Quick smoke, finish the administrative stuff on this in the system for this fixture, and I'm gonna bring another one. So you guys hang in there, and I'll be back shortly. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we're back. A BMFL spot from Ruby. Okay. Like this.